there, Pisces. Welcome to your end of November 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here, just shuffling the cards, making sure. Oh, that's nice. Wow, wonderful. Wonderful spread. And messages, possible messages for you. First of all, I'm going to say something, and this is not meant to be offensive, because this is true. This can be true for all signs, and I'm talking about addiction, because when I see the Temperance card, I always think about somebody who is trying to maintain sobriety. So Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune can be about addiction because it's about escapism, fantasy, things of that nature. And I think Neptune is also just drugs in general, So anyway, the Temperance card can be if you have gotten sober in whatever it is for you. And it doesn't even have to be substance abuse. It can be somebody who is kind of like an escapist who, kind of maybe there are things that you want to accomplish and you're always watching TV or you're always doing something on the internet. The internet could be an addiction. So if you have been trying to improve your life, or if you feel that urge, good on you, because that is something that will be good for you from years to come. As a matter of fact, there's a full moon in Gemini in the latter part of November that could be affecting your home life, and maybe you see things like, wow, I want things to be better than this. And so you make your own personal improvements. The Temperance card is connected to Sagittarius, by the way, so there might be a Sagittarian. Yeah, and there's such a thing as sex addiction too, because I see here the Three of Swords. This can be a lover's triangle. And you may be like, I have to chill. I keep finding myself in more than one relationship at a time, and it makes life complicated. And also, I don't think it's right. I feel like I'm deceiving others. Or if you're having an affair with a married person, sometimes I'll say that in readings, and people will, not just to Pisces at all, and people write to me like very huffily, and they are totally offended by that. Like, I don't cheat, how dare you, that kind of thing. And let me tell you something, it can happen to anyone, almost anyone. I really believe it can, but for some people it freaks them out to even hear somebody say that, because they're like, that's their worst nightmare, is that somebody will cheat on them, because they'll feel abandoned, they'll feel like they're not as good as somebody else. So anyway, if you are involved in a three-party situation, and there is some kind of substance abuse going on, maybe it's not even on your end. Maybe you're with somebody who has an alcohol or drug problem, and you feel like you don't have a relationship with that person, and so you sought out company from somewhere else. Whatever's going on, you want more balance in your life, and that's what the Temperance card can be. And what crosses you, in other words, what is the challenge with that? The Two of Swords, the feeling of being pulled in different directions, the feeling of indecision, which can be a big one. Should I stay or should I go? Should I, if you are the third party, if someone is married or otherwise committed to somebody else and you're participating in that, you may say to yourself that, I'm party to this. I'm part of this situation. And I can't pretend that I'm not. Yeah, I didn't make the commitment to that other person, but I want to be with somebody who made that commitment. Like, can I trust that person? So those kinds of things may come up for you in some way. The higher message is the Sun card. This is a card of everything good. And by the way, these cards could relate to um, your work life. The Three of Swords can be getting passed over for a promotion. Three of Swords can be a card of rejection. And sometimes rejection can be the greatest gift that you get from the universe because it causes you to have to focus on something that you maybe are denying yourself of. You're kind of depriving yourself of because a space is open for it. So, for instance, if somebody loses their job and they're like, "Oh my gosh, they don't want me," they create this sob story when it could be something as simple as the budget doesn't allow for it. Another worker, and they're going to try to make do with as few workers as possible. But if that person just makes it about their unworthiness, what can happen is, they can spiral down. What if they were to say, "Oh my gosh, this must be in my favor in some way"? They have that saying, "It's not happening to me, it's happening for me." So the Sun card is about all that positive thinking, but the woman's body language, she's embracing the light. She's like, "Bring it on. I want this." And this is part of it. This is a card associated with Leo. So believing yourself worthy of abundance, believing yourself worthy of love. I mean, that's like, you would think that would be like a no-brainer, but people get involved in relationships where love is incidental, where it's more about maybe just fulfilling these roles as a mother and father or a husband and wife, and not really having that vibrant relationship between both people. And what does that represent? So the the point is that if something feels like, look at those other cards. Look at the Three of Swords. Look at the Two of Swords. How do they look? Did they look like fun? If your relationship isn't fun, why are you there? I don't mean, completely irresponsible and all that. I'm talking about if you're not having a good time. You can't have a good time 24/7. There are better times than others, but you know what I mean. And also in your work, that should be enjoyable. And the Sun card is about passion, joy, creativity, abundance. It's a card of love. It's a card of all those things. So that is your gauge. What's coming in is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a card of a new job, but it's in reverse. We do have a Mercury retrograde coming up, and that will be in December, and Mercury goes direct on January 1st. So we do have that during the holiday season. It is possible that you will have a false start with a work situation, but do not fret, because everything is going to get settled in January, and then there's going to be a nice big portal for stepping into new projects. So, this is the time of year when there's a lot of people taking vacations. The normal work during the holiday season obviously is not going to be 100%. Sometimes it does heighten depending on the type of work that you do, but then there might be this lull in the action. So just keep that in mind. if you are very upset about something and you feel like compelled to kind of like, I'm out of here, then do proceed very carefully, because you might be in the moment, and it's not that you shouldn't leave, but you might want to choose a time that is more supportive of your efforts. But it's all, this is obviously a general reading. It's not individual to you. And also your what do you call it? Your intuition is key. You'll feel good about it. Unless you are just so unused to, doing things that challenge you, and you're just so attached to safety that you only make very safe decisions. But usually a person will feel in their gut that they're doing the right thing, I think. The outcome is the Magician card. This is the card I was really oohing and eyeing about, because for Pisces, this is something that comes so natural to you, to be able to be an alchemist. But because of the way that life happens, sometimes it may feel like anything other than that. So really about embracing, and it's right under the sun, so that to me gives it that extra emphasis that you are a creative and creator being. You're a co-creator with the universe. That doesn't mean you can control everything. That's why I like the term co-creator. You're not doing it alone, and we do have a creator that is the head honcho, right? I mean, I think so. We are all part of that energy, but we are not, when somebody says, I am God, that's when I think, wow, that person's really delusional if they think that they alone are God. But they are definitely part of God. They're not up apart from God. And understanding this, you can really feel safety when sometimes it feels unsafe to kind of make that choice. But when the more that you are tuned in at the deepest level, the less likely you will be to be like the Two of Swords, which really ultimately can be about questioning, second guessing yourself about whether you should leave a relationship, whether you should leave a job. You will feel it in your gut, and you will not look back. You will say, this is the only option I have that makes any sense. And you won't be being pulled in different directions. But cultivating that role as a magician means that you are creating things. You are a very creative sign. You could create a product. And, if you say to yourself, but who would buy my product? Well, who knows? You have no idea, but that's what makes it so much fun, is the anticipation of like, how is this going to happen? What's going to happen? So I just wanted to put it out there for you, just a friendly reminder of how powerful you are. And thank you for watching, Pisces. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my deep dive double astrological readings, 1 hour of natal chart analysis, 1 hour of transits for the upcoming 12 months for a special price. I also have another one called a combo platter with the tarot, and all three with the tarot and the deep dive. It's called the whole enchilada. These are all package deals, so they're cheaper than if you buy them individually. And sometimes people want more than one reading at a time. But I do have standalone readings. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at RainaMoonAstrology.com. Thank you for watching. Bye.